Okay, great. I'm here with Zaheer Bhyat, director and producer of the new film Konfetti, which is behind us here. Zaheer, what was it about the film, the script, that made you want to get involved with this project?
Louw had written this really fantastic play that revolved around a love triangle, but at a deeper level it was about a group of friends who have some unresolved issues, and as they're making the transition from being kind of carefree youth into being responsible adults, they need to deal with these issues, and the way that they chose to deal with it in the play was not very healthy for anybody. And I thought that the material really reflected a lot of what was going on in society at the moment, and I think the material also had great opportunities for comedy. Louw is a very successful comedian,
yes,
and a very successful stage actor with his comedy, and I was very, very eager to work with Louw, and yeah, so it was a natural fit.
Yeah, you've worked with him before in Jimmy and Pink.
Yeah, I mean the development of the script predates all of that.
Okay.
So my relationship with Louw started with a short film we did together in like 2006, and we've been writing together ever since then. So Jimmy and Pink came out of the creative collaboration of our sort of relationship rather than anything else. So we did Rugby Motors together before Jimmy and Pink.
Yes, yes. I know you directed a couple episodes of Rugby Motors.
Yes.
Yeah. Jimmy and Pink, you were a producer,
yes,
and Scheme, you were a producer,
yes,
both successful films.
Yes.
What was it about this film that made you decide that you wanted to direct it?
It wasn't so much that I decided to direct it as the film picked me. We had different directors attached to the movie at different stages, and what had become clear to us, Louw and I, as we had developed the material, was that he and I had a very clear idea of what the film was and was not. And every time we brought somebody in, a new director, they would bring their own ideas, which we wanted. We wanted a director to bring ideas, but it was the directors kept wanting to go off in a direction that neither of us saw the film going in. Yes. And we were very clear about what we wanted to do with it. And having worked together very successfully on Rugby Motors, we were really sitting around one day going, okay, well, who? And throwing names around and talking about the pros and cons of bringing somebody in to our creative process at a very late stage. And I can't remember who it was, whether it was me or him, who said, why don't I just do it? And it really came from that thought. They went, oh, okay, well, let's put my name on the list and see what happens. And then it just sort of felt natural.
Yeah, but directing a comedy, that's a very difficult way to start your feature directing.
Well, Rugby Motors is comedy,
yes,
and if you look at my body of work, it is very much comedy.
Producing and directing are two very different things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you know, I like comedy. What can I say?
Talk me through the casting process. Louw obviously was attached to the project as writer, and he produced it as well, right? Partial producer, co-producer.
Well, Louw's not credited as a producer, but Louw and I developed the material together. He wrote as a vehicle for himself, a writing vehicle, as an acting vehicle for himself, and that was always the intention. We developed the parts for Nico Casper de Vries and Kim Ilbrecht, okay, with their collaboration. Okay. And there was never anybody else who was ever going to play those parts. Yes. They were very much invested in the project, and I think if any one of them pulled out, we might not have done it. Casey's name was always on the short list for Cheryl. Yeah. And so the casting process was very much parallel with the script development. We always knew who was going to play in this film.
What would you like the audience at home to take from this film?
I'd like them to be entertained. I'd like them to enjoy the 90 minutes or so they're going to spend with the film. I'd like them to have renewed faith that South African films are not cuck. Yeah.
There have been a couple of good South African films. I mean, Scheme was a good South African film.
Yes.
That was last year.
2010.
Was it that long ago already? 2010. Good grief. Okay, I still like that film. I enjoyed that. What else is Light and Dark Films working on at the moment?
We have a slate of probably about 10 things we're busy with at the moment. We are focusing on some bigger projects, bigger by budget terms.
Yes.
Another film that I wrote, based on a true story. We're busy casting that at the moment, and probably intending to shoot that late this year or early next year.
Yes.
And then working on Tim Green's third film, which is a sci-fi thriller, which we're going to shoot in 2015.
Very nice. You still work quite closely with Tim?
Tim has been writing, this movie is called Guardian Angel. Tim has been writing Guardian Angel for close on 12 years. But Tim and I have been working on it since we finished Scheme.
Okay. Yeah, Tim of course was the director of Scheme.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very
Cool.
much, Zaheer. Appreciate it. Thanks for talking to us.
Absolute pleasure.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.